So hello guys, this is CG, and in this video I am going to teach you how to edit your photos using Lightroom Mobile. But first, I am going to show you my 3 editing apps. So I have Enlight, Lightroom, and VSCO. So Enlight is only available for iOS, but Lightroom and VSCO or VSCO is available both in Android and iOS. So let's start with Lightroom. So first thing that we are going to do is to enable your lens correction. Next is the light. Light is where your exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks can be found, including your tone curve. Temperature, tint, vibrance, and saturation can be found in the color tab. But take note, every photo has its own different temperature and tint. Next is our effects. In effects, there is clarity, dehaze, and vignette amount, or your vignetting, and your split tone. And lastly, the detail. The detail is where you sharpen your photo and you reduce the noise of your photo, or the grains. Noise are equivalent to grains. So let's start. In contrast, I really like to pull up my contrast around 30 and above, usually at that range. And the highlights, we should pull it down. So a highlight is the bright spot in your photo, or normally it assumes to be the brightest point of your image or your photo. So if you increase the amount of highlights, it will overexpose. But if you decrease the amount of highlights, it will show up details of your highlights. And in shadows, we are going to pull up the shadows, since shadows is the dark spot in your photo, or the darkest point of your photo. Next is whites. I like to pull down my whites just a little bit, and same thing goes with the blacks. Now let's check the before and after. So this is your before and this is the after. But first, let me add a little exposure. And next thing that we're going to do is the tone curve. So basically we are just going to make a simple S curve. So let's pull up the highlights and bring down the shadows, and let's pull up the tail a little bit and also the head. Next is the color. So as what I've said, temperature and tint is different in every photo, but in saturation I pull it down to -15. So from 0 to -15. Next we are going to the mix. So mix is where you edit your colors. So this is where you edit your reds, your orange, your yellows, your greens, your aquas, your blues, your purple, your magentas. And now let us edit the reds. Since the Ferris wheel is colored red and I just want to increase the luminance so that the colored red will pop out in this photo. Next is the blues. I just want to bring the luminance down so that we can see a clear blue sky in this photo. So next is the effects. As like what I have said, I do not usually tackle on the haze. I do a little bit of vignetting, and in clarity I just want to increase it just a little bit to show or add more contrast on my photo. So next is the detail. So this is where we sharpen and reduce the noise of our photo. So in sharpening, I place +70, it's constant, and in noise reduction it's from 40 to 45. So that's it guys. I really hope that you have learned something from this tutorial, and in the future I'm going to teach you how to edit photos using VSCO and Enlight. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and please don't forget to subscribe. And thank you very much, and I'll catch you next time.